Pandemics, climate shocks, and fragile health systems are not just humanitarian issues, but core economic risks for governments and business. In my Thought Leaders conversation with Dr. Erin Downey of the Asian Institute of Management, we discuss how she's helping Philippine leaders in government and the private sector design resilient systems to protect lives, sustain economic activity, and safeguard communities. Here's an excerpt of my conversation with Dr. Downey.
Preparedness is a tricky thing to measure. It's almost like leadership. We know when we're in the presence of a leader, but sometimes we're not sure how to measure it. But preparedness is an activity that we all strive to do effectively. And to measure it before there's a crisis, it's almost as if we place more attention on when we have the crises, when we're seeing things that are not in place, more than the efforts that need to be taken when we're trying to prepare our systems. So there are many different aspects of what preparedness means, what it can be. There's timing, there's short-term plans, long-term plans. There's different aspects of what preparedness means. It does mean something different to different people and their families and their communities and their cultures. So it's a very complicated process to put into place that really demands a long-term commitment. Engaging more in a whole of society effort. And by whole of society, I mean that private sector can come into play. We have colleagues really in the Philippines. We have regional resources. We are trying, as you know, how critical it is to spend money wisely, and because we have so many demands that we want to invest in. So this climate conference is designed to help us, as I said, get ahead of the issue all the way down to the local level, the local governmental units, how that feeds up into the state, beyond the state, in a regional aspect, because as you know, when we have typhoons, they don't just hit one state or one country at a time, they hit several.
So how do we get ahead then if we're saddled by the last typhoon, having to spend for the rebuild, the recovery, not being able to think about the future? Because it's quite a short-sighted sort of a timeline that we're latching onto.
And I think this leans into a frustration that I'm hearing from our students about being considered as a resilient population. I think that it's true. There has been an extraordinary amount of resiliency that the Philippines and the region has shown. But I think that it also is starting to imply that the losses are acceptable.
My Thought Leaders interview with Dr. Erin Downey of the AIM here on One News and on our social media channels.